If you died today, what regrets would you have about your life? Not spending more time with my mom. I'm going to hang out with my mom now. Thanks. Working so much unpaid overtime at work. Holy shit, what a waste of time. Yeah, you should take some work off cause you could get overstressed and shit. It's a fine line though, right? Everyone wants to perform well during these covered times. Lest they end up on the chopping block. Lose-lose. I haven't lived yet. Not really. I haven't traveled a lot. Never kissed anybody. Never had a GF. Never really found purpose. One of my psychology professors talked about something called the adolescent bubble, where teens aren't really expected to contribute anything meaningful to modern Western society. Pre-industrial era, we'd all have been expected to join the workforce from a younger age. Now a lot of adolescents spend most of their time in school, studying and working for a nebulous, abstract future. There isn't any immediate payoff. No reinforcement that their actions have purpose. I'm not a teen anymore, but I still feel like I'm in that bubble. Like everything I'm doing isn't truly meaningful, but is just preparation for some unknown goal that will eventually be meaningful someday. Sometimes I wonder if I'm going to feel that way until the day I die. That I wasted so much of it being what others wanted me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Well, I don't know what you're expecting of me considering I'm under the pressure of walking in your shoes. I have so many more things I want to see with my husband. He makes everything fascinating and beautiful. We could have 100 years, and it won't be enough to see all I want to see with him. Damn, that sounds so romantic. I wish I could have a relationship like that. First step is to develop your knowledge and personality, so you could be someone who adds value to an experience. My only regret is that I have boneritis. I was so busy being a 80s guy that I forgot to cure it. That I never asked my crush out. I know what you mean. I have a similar story. I met a guy about a year ago and we spent 3 wild and crazy days together. Well, I don't have his phone number and it's been a year and I still haven't found him. Never traveled the world while I could. Always thought there would be time in the future, eh? None, it'd be dead. Well, not with that attitude. Wait, no, you're right. That I never learned to love myself. That I always let my self-hatred keep me from living. Your awareness is the first step to correcting this. Keep going. Nothing. But I'd wish I could live longer. Most humans would waste just as much of their lives, even if we lived to 500. Waste is as subjective as enjoyment. I hope people don't see means to an end as a waste. If the end is met. If you want something, try and get it. Why not, right? If you want nothing though, that's when it gets ducking bland. You'd want to have something to want, and you kinda just wait for that to pop up because how can you force yourself to want things? The best you can do is try as many things as possible to see if you want one of them. That I never got married. Same. I wanna marry the shit out of my BF, but we're too broke right now. Question. What is stopping you from just going to a courthouse or church, or whatever, and just doing it on the cheap? I get wanting to have the big wedding and all, but couldn't you do that later? Although I suppose it just won't be the same at that point and I may have just answered my own question. I would regret all the fake people I ever met that are gonna post my death, just for likes on social media. Never experiencing deep love in a healthy relationship. I've loved but I've never gotten to be in a healthy, committed relationship with someone that I deeply love and feel fully connected to. I can't imagine anything worse than never getting to experience that. Sometimes I worry it will never happen. Hey man, I can relate to you here. I tried to find myself a true love, a relationship to know my life meant something, and yet I've only got rejected, ignored or simply lied to despite giving emotional support and a lot of time to connect and know that person. I still think there is one girl out there I would have a happy life with. To know at least someone out there cares for me. Just wait a little while longer. Better find the one that matches you, rather than experiencing rejection and all that crap. No regrets. Not even a letter. I would regret that Betty White outlived me. If I found out IWAA dying, I would offer her first dibs on my organs. Actually, I'd offer them to my siblings first. That I had to go through 2020 first. I suppose none. because I'm currently working hard toward my life goals. If I died, at least I could say I was trying hard. Count me in too. Not settling down and having kids. I'm 47 next year. Don't let fear of rejection stop you from even trying. My wife's uncle got married for the first time in his life this year, and he's 56. One of my great friend's parents were 45ish when they had him. It's still a possibility. Don't give up. That I never got to travel to Africa and Antarctica. I never got my own MF dog. If you have the time, resources, and ability as a tenant or homie owner to own one, there's thousands of dogs that need adopting. My GF and I probably weren't ready when we got ours, but 5 years later we wouldn't trade her for anything. Having listened to my parents instead of doing what I really wanted to, they had good intention, but all of us forgot that my life and theirs is not the same. So now I feel like my life isn't mine. Never telling my friend I'm in love with her, and never getting to apologize in person for being an insensitive ass, and not leaving her alone while she prepares to abort our child. I can't tell her because I said to text me when she's ready to talk, and she's gone dark for 3 days starting today. None because I really don't have much time left anyway, so all good. Username checks out. That I'll let my ibs hold me back from living life to the fullest. Not having traveled enough. Now that we have this pandemic, I'm not sure when that can happen. Not being able to have an honest conversation, or getting any closure from my narcissistic ex-husband who cheated on me last year. Being too afraid to ask people for things I believe I deserve. Not loving my body enough, and pissing on my self-confidence. The list goes on. Grab life by the balls, and make it your bitch. Never been in a relationship where I was fully in love with the person. I always dated people simply because they liked me. Never actually shared anything in common. There is one person I feel like I could love though, but that's its own story. Dying. Mostly, I'd count that as a big regret. There's a good number of bridges I'd like to burn before I shove off this mortal coil though. Might seem petty, but sometimes some people need to be told what for, and you just can't because it's a bad idea. But if I'm dead tomorrow, I'd be speaking my mind good. Honestly, not contributing more towards enriching myself intellectually in politics, philosophy, literature, and economical ideologies. Being too conservative, worrying what other people will think, being a perfectionist. That I died a virgin. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below.